So, what's going on in Ukraine and Russia is horrible. Um, but this morning, Zelensky, the president of Ukraine, addressed Congress and he's asking for no fly zone, World War III. No, I'm good. No thanks. No, I'm good. He's ending for endless weapon shipments. When he got that, he had more coming and an additional $800 million in drones and weapons and ammunition and all that shit. Uh, he wants just endless war. The best thing to happen in Ukraine is Ukraine to find peace. Ukraine leadership to find peace, even though Zelensky is a puppet of Washington, D.C., mostly Washington, D.C., based on the 2014 coup of Ukraine led by United States government. Victoria Nuland, current Deputy Secretary of State, was a part of that, one of the main organizers of the coup from Washington, D.C. And the Donbass area, the independent area, the separatist area of Ukraine, has been being attacked and shelled and violently killed. Over 14,000 innocent people have been killed from our lovely, lovely, lovely Azov battalion. If anyone doesn't know what that is by now, those are Nazis. If you want to clarify, as neo-Nazis, Nazis, whatever. Extreme right-wing neo-Nazi extremists. Okay. Cuckoo people. They're also the ones that they're only about 6 to 8% of the population. So a really small fraction, but they're very powerful because they don't give a fuck. They have threatened the prior president, this president, because he asked them to stop the Donbass attacks. In 2018, they threatened his life. The second peace talks with Russia and Ukraine about a week ago, week and a half ago, something like that. Ukraine, one of their top government officials that was meeting with peace talks, was killed by the Azovs. They don't want peace. They want to attack. They want endless war. They want to kill Russian people, Russian-speaking people. They don't want that. And Ukraine, they also are, racist and piece of shit. So on and so forth. It's not looking good. Now I did see on Twitter today that there was possible peace talks, possible peace agreement coming from the Russian side. And my opinion is, especially an American point of view, it's one. I mean, at the end of the day, it's none of our business. Mostly none of our business. And it's between Ukraine and Russia. The Nazis, Russia's invasion, the Donbass area. Zelensky is a puppet of Washington, especially now he doesn't really have much power. That's why he's begging around the world. If you actually have power, you don't go around begging. You go around making deals. You go around showing power. And he doesn't have any power. He doesn't have any. EU, he's begging the EU. He's begging the United States for no fly zone. He's saying that Ukraine will never be a NATO member. And then on the second thing he says, the next day he's addressing Congress for no fly zone, or if not no fly zone, then unlimited, endless aid, which is mostly in weapons. No fly zone is World War III. I need everyone to get that. Us Americans are comfortable, no matter if we are poor and we're struggling and all that. I don't mean comfortable. I mean, most workers, most people live paycheck to paycheck. How about not living paycheck to paycheck? Boiling water out of creeks and finding food Well, most Americans don't have those skills. I'm one of them. I can fish. I've never killed an animal. Not with a gun. You know, I did have to put to sleep a dog one time, but that was different circumstances. It wasn't anything. It was to feed my family. It was end of life type of shit. Germany and Italy have already said by 2 weeks ago that they don't want to. They said no go on in getting Ukraine part of the EU. They don't want that. So I don't know how far it's been majority vote or 100% vote. EU is not going to accept Ukraine. Too much corruption, and this is both political and economic and just everything. Now there's corruption and greed in every single fucking country. Every single country. Ukraine's a special corruption, okay? And that's mostly our fault. That's mostly the U.S. government's fault for the 2014 coup, aiding and abetting Nazis, the battalion, the Azov battalion, and then just pushing this NATO forces around Russia for the last 30 years. I'm 32 years old, all my life. They had an agreement in 1990 to not expand NATO past East Germany. Okay. All right. That was agreement. What you the United States do? They don't have agreements. They have interests. We, as Americans in this country, led by our corrupt bullshit government, administration after administration after administration, we don't have agreements. We have interests. We will break those agreements in 2.5 seconds. We don't give a fuck. And I don't mean me, you, average American. I mean the so-called bullshit leaders we have in this country. So this is not just 3 weeks ago the war started. The bombing and shelling of the Donbass area started 8 years ago. The aggression and the NATO expansion and the breaking of treaties and all that, this has been going on from 30 fucking years ago. Our government has had disdain and had no interest in making peace and normal relations and trade and all that. Now there has been different administrations were talking to them, which I don't care. Republican, Democrat, I do not care. Just make peace, find a common ground, agree to disagree, agree to agree, respect each other's boundaries, and go about business. You know, this ain't about anything else besides peace, and we're not in that direction. Now, the United States government does know what peace is. They know how to bomb or sanction the shit out of countries to the point that they don't have an option because there ain't much of a country left. Just go look at the Middle East. Go follow people that are from the Middle East that talk about this. Go there if you can. I've never been there, but I'd love to go there. Go there. You'll see what our drones are. Our suits and ties and proper people. And what DCF says, know what we should do? Bombs away. As innocent people endlessly die. Yemen, genocide. Somalia, we bomb. You know, Pakistan, Iraq, Afghanistan. You know, Niger. Niger and Africa, in the middle center of Africa. Why do we have troops there? Remember that troop died during Trump's administration? I think a special forces guy died. Why do we got special forces in Niger? Why in 2011 we overthrow Libya by aiding terrorists? Now, Libya was the most successful country in the continent of Africa. It's a big ass continent too. Now we have open slave markets. That's well known. That's been well known. That go anywhere for that. It's bad. 70% of Russian people, the last poll, it used to be 60%, but now in the last week, gone up. 70% of Russian people back their president, Vladimir Putin. Agree or disagree, that's how it is. They have about 150 million people that live in the country. I think about that. Might be wrong. That's a lot of fucking people. They're like, you know what? Agree. Or agree enough. And any Americans for the no-fly zone do not understand what a no-fly zone is. World War III. No thank you. Fuck off. Hell no. MSNBC, CNN, corporate media, they are telling you one side of the story. They're not telling the whole story. It's not about this side or that side's right. It's about the whole story. The Russian side, Ukrainian side, the EU side, United States side, what we've done, what other countries have done, everything. The whole entire story. And then you can calculate and think of your own opinion with all the information. Do I know all the information? Hell no. Do I know more than the average American walk around? Yes, I do. Because I dig, I ask, and I also follow people that have been doing this independently for years. I don't understand why people rely on corporate media when their interests is the government's interests because they all fuck each other, teas and cocktails and party together. Corporate media is about making money, not about telling the truth. Some truth might get through, but that's not their main objective. It's about making money. Zelensky needs to find peace. ASAP needs to tell the rest of the world to fuck off, but he's not doing that. He just wants more arms, more weapons. Russia will win. There is no way Ukraine will win. At all. And one thing I can debunk. The Russian invasion has been going on for 3 weeks. They have killed over less than 700, but over 600 civilians. Horrible, bad, disgusting. In our first 4 weeks invasion in Iraq, United States invaded Iraq, we killed over 4,000 civilians in the first 4 weeks. So war is disgusting, war is bad. Innocent people die. It's always the most vulnerable, the most innocent people get the shit stick. Get the shit sandwich. This is how it goes. This is how it goes. And that's how war is. That's why no one wants war. Oh, and Biden's administration shows aggression towards India. Because India is thinking about buying Russian oil because there is a Russian, the government, the country of Russia has more sanctions on them than even Iran does. And Iran has 1,500 sanctions on them. So Russia has a shit ton of sanctions on them. So they're selling the oil for much cheaper than they were going to. And India has 1.3 billion people. Do you think they're going to be like, I don't know. India's going to make the best decision for them and their people. U.S. Biden's administration is warning them what side you're going to be on. It's bitch, this ain't about sides. This is about my people, my country. They're trying to do the best they can with their people. They have 1.3 billion. Okay, they have a lot of people they got to provide services, goods, and jobs, and try to grow their economy so more people can have goods and services and, have a better life within the economic system we have basically worldwide. Changes here and there, but same just about wherever you go. This is no good for anyone. We're finally feeling what sanctions do to other countries around the world. Now, this is very limited, very gentle sanctions. The feeling of it, the effects of it. But it's going to get much worse. Ukraine and Russia provide 25% of wheat worldwide. 1/4, two countries, 1/4 of the war. But that's why Russia is not into the wheat fields and the cornfields and all that. Nope, probably not cornfields, but wheat fields. Because they don't want to disturb it. They know how important it is. If you actually look at what they're doing, agree to disagree, they're being really restrained. They're going to war, an invasion, with one arm tied behind their backs. They're precise. They're trying to kill the least amount of civilians as possible. This is unlike what the United States does. The United States kills innocent people nonstop.